I get asked a lot that I have clients come in and they say they've been suffering depression and really low thoughts, and is there anything that they could do that would be very economical to change their life? So yes, I do have an opinion on this. I feel that we are energy, so the science of it is that we are cells, molecules, atoms of gas, and we emanate to everything that we are near, so we will pick up the vibrational pattern of our environment. So I say to people, first of all, address the fluids that you are intaking and the types of food that we're having. So first of all, of course, I would say look at pure water, unfluoridated if possible. It's very important that we look at no chemicals, because it is not natural to go on our keyway. So when we ingest chemicals, whether it be through the meats, chickens that we're having with pheromones, hormones, insecticides now placed in these animals, these have a different keyway that is not natural on ours, on our cell formula and shape, and it changes the way we feel. So I say to people, first of all, address your diet and what you're consuming. Start to look at the packets of food that you're ingesting and Google, research, and find out how these chemicals are interacting with yourself. This will make a big difference. Early in the piece, we were not having the intake of chemicals that we are now. So that would be the first things that I would say to have a look at. The second thing I would say is look at your environment, to have a look at the people that you have around yourself. Everyone's divinely planned, so everyone's as they should be at the stage of where you are in your evolution. It will be your perception of how we look at them. So I say to everyone, have a look at everyone in your life and see if you need to be having different thought patterns towards certain people. So some people will be, what appears as some would say, drawing their energy from you. Those people, you might want to place more emphasis on sending them love and positive thoughts, maybe a lot more of those type of thoughts around those people to change that energy pattern. So first of all, we're looking at two different things. First of all, understanding we are cells, molecules of atoms of gas, and that we will emulate the pattern of anyone or anything environmentally around us. So, take a look at these things in your environment. Is there music, is a TV going that will drain you, that will take from your energy? Have a look at, hardly any TV if possible, so you're not having that emanation of that electronic device, because that is energy and it will add to your energy. The other thing you need to be looking at, your mobile phone, electronics, that is all emanating a pattern in the room, and you can test all these things and Google it all and see that all of this will have an imprint on your energy, and this is going to make a difference to how you feel. So work out how much per day you are on those instruments. The other thing that has a huge imprint on us is people that are using microwaves in their foods. By microwaving food, it actually changes the molecular structure. So it is proven that if you were to microwave a cup of water and let it cool, it will actually kill a plant. So the nuclear structure of the water is changed by so much, the cell formation, that is now detrimental to plant life. So it's not saying much. It was actually invented by Russia, as everyone knows, and they no longer enforce them for the use of microwaving for food. So it was invented as a nuclear weapon, a powerful weapon, and it nukes the circle of the cell from within. So to heat things up, it beat it very fast, it heats it from the inside of the cell, and then when we ingest that, it changes our patterns of our cells and causes disharmony. So often people will say, I've had a microwave food meal and afterwards I feel really uneasy, I'm not sleeping well, I can't understand why. So there's been great research done now, and they're advising people not to microwave babies' food anymore or bottles, because they're seeing there's so much problems in all of those things. Then the other thing I suggest is have a look at how much relaxation you are doing to your body to detox it. So when we're with people or in environment all day, we take on the energy imprint. We now need to leave that de-stress from that, and that's from taking a beautiful energetic bath, maybe with some essential oils, some Radox, some salts, Epsom salts, bath salts, even table salt if you're really desperate and you want to change the pattern that your cells are in to create harmony. The other thing I like to recommend is chanting the symbol of the Om. Om, very powerful indeed. So I suggest that we at least 10 to 20 minutes a day. You can be while driving, thinking, working, and it can be in your mind. It doesn't have to be out loud. By simply chanting the simple Om, you change the pattern of your emanation. So you change the stress factor of your body and release it by chanting. So that's another formula that's very easy to change. Of course, meditation is very, very powerful. 5 minutes minimum to an hour would be wonderful if you had the perfect life, but a minimum of 5 minutes a day by simply closing your eyes and meditating, sending out energy, asking the higher forces, be it what you think it be, your creator, God, universe, ask it to come through, feel the energy and imagine that you are detoxing. Ideally listening to that type of music, applying those things is wonderful. So there we have another thing that will de-stress you completely. Now everyone knows if you meditate in the same chair or the same space regularly, you will have a build-up of energy. So that will be your sacred space in the house. When you walk past this in your house, your mind will go to that space knowing that instantly relaxation is there. So the other thing to be looking at is what you are consuming before bed. So ideally, these things will keep you awake. So any stimulants are going to keep you awake. Anything after 7:30 at night, if you're eating after 7:30 or drinking after that, you can know that you will have lesser sleep. So the body can perform on 5 to 6 hours sleep per night of good quality. So if you were to blindfold your sleep pattern, you'll notice that your pineal and your pituitary gland will get a much better quality of sleep. So you'll enjoy that a lot more. So there we go from top. We're looking at chanting every day will change your energy pattern. Any person that is stressing you in your life, if we change our perception of the stress factor with them, if we send out energy of positiveness, of love to that person, no matter what is going on with our life, and if we view our life as always being divinely planned, so the more that we ask, whatever it be, the higher being, creator, guide, whatever you want to refer to it as, call it a God if you may. The more that we surrender to it and ask for help every day, our life will change, and use that for direction. So then you'll find that instantly you're starting to de-stress. You're finding that because you're having pure water, you're eating a lot more fruit and vegetables. The nutrients, of course, organic would be wonderful. You'll notice that you have a lot higher energy factor. So you'll find now through the use of essential oils that the smell of those changes your brain patterns. So people that, particularly in being raised in one culture with limited beliefs, have what I refer to as a scar tissue in your brain where you can only think in a certain way because your patterns are formed. The only way that we have been found so far from the studies we're doing here at the Field of Grace is through this power of smell. It comes through your olfactory and it changes the way that your brain behaves. So we either use your right or your left side of your brain, depending on if you're male or female and your tendencies. But this can increase your brain patterns through the power of smell. So then you can change your patterns and you find that you're de-stressed and everything's so much more peaceful. Some people like incense, that works for them, terrific, and it changes the pattern of the house. So you be the change to more peace and love easily by what you consume being number one, and drinking a minimum of at least 500 mils of water to 1,000, 1 litre is absolutely wonderful. Ideally, no fluoride because it is long-term being proved toxic. And then, of course, good fruit and vegetables. The more of those, the raw that you can eat, you'll notice a massive change. Some light body movements per day, or even if you sit at a desk, a simple, under the chair yoga as they call it. You could do bed yoga, But the more that you use your body through gentle movements, gentle exercises, you notice a shift in your energy. And that can be through walking or just gentle yoga. So there's some basic things, very, very simple, to change your life. We look forward to doing another little segment to help us. Thank you.